Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Salam.
How's Raya that time? Okay, the food at my place. I think sorry pasal intended to order something else. Shall not mention order what.
Okay.
It's okay, bukan rezeki lah.
I mean, it's not a big deal lah. I mean, alhamdulillah there were other platforms we could get our food, Grab food, all that. Quite convenient lah. Yeah.
So actually what happened?
What happened? So apparently, I actually ordered a few days lah prior, or rather the discussion was a few, I think maybe 1 week ago, kind of thing. But I finally confirmed, if I'm not wrong, 1-2 days before lah. Mm-hmm. So essentially, the main thing is the order was accepted and agreed and acknowledged. On that Saturday morning, which was Saturday that just passed, I was at Pusara lah. I think, as you all know, I was attending to a funeral. That was when I actually got the food. I wanted the food to be ordered or delivered at 11:30. So 11:10, right after the jenazah prayers, I saw a message 11:10 saying that the head chef or the main chef was not able to deliver the order because overlooked in that sense lah. So just refunded the amount and all that. So and then I said it wasn't a big deal. I had whatever other things in mind as a alternative, but I think just thinking, the first thing that came to my mind was what's this customer service in that sense lah. Like I feel, being in the customer service line for about maybe, I don't know, close to 10 years now. Even when I was a pharmacist, I think, especially for F&B, I think it's not a clear, straightforward kind of refund, and that's it. So actually, when I asked some of my IG followers what the person could have done better, some gave feedback, things like maybe can give some discount for future purchase, refund, or she could actually order alternative food actually to my house as a form of compensation and yet do the refund kind of thing, which I thought quite interesting. Yeah. So honestly, like, what would you think the seller could have done better?
Not to overlook.
Yeah, I think it's a home-based. Yeah, I've always been a fan of supporting home-based business. I think that's where I think we understand the struggles. So when we support and then we get this kind of service, it concerns me lah. And then don't it come to the point whereby people actually question why we don't support home-based businesses.
So in the future, would you continue to support, or do you try to warn others?
No. So to be honest, till today I've never mentioned which shop or which store or which HBB I've been referring to all this while, not even to the followers. But personally, I will not patronize them again lah, in that sense. Yeah.
Maybe give second chances.
I think that one is up to individual lah. Like not forgiving kind of thing. I think it's a very small matter in that sense. Like because there's so many other alternatives.
Correct.
Shops selling the same product kind of thing. But I think it's more of like you wouldn't want to do future planning knowing that it might be cancelled again.
Correct.
Yeah.
Understood.
It will cause some. That's it. Some actually feedback saying it's a small matter, you can order from Grab. I think to be fair, in 20 minutes, 11:10 to 11:30, when I expect the food to be delivered, there's no Grab service who would be able to send the food on time. None at 20 minutes. Even if I were to order prata also, not even 20 minutes. Yeah, so actually that thing is then invalid lah. That suggestion is then invalid. Yeah, but of course, alhamdulillah, I had other stuff also ordered, so it's fine. Yeah.
I think service recovery is important lah, because I think in any kind of business, you do definitely you come across some situations, or even you say even if you buy McDonald's, sometimes also there might be something that doesn't turn out right, and usually what do? They always give something, give ice cream ke.
Compensation.
So it's kind of like a service recovery where you don't feel so bad, or you still feel good to patronize. Yes.
I think the difference is between a HBB and a McDonald's is when there is a mistake done by an employee, the company should not be penalized.
Yeah.
Whereas the HBB, you are tagged to your own personal branding lah.
Company.
Sorry?
The
other company. So it's a very different thing.
They could also have staff. You could have stuff that you don't know that is the
Less
stuff.
likely, yeah. Least likely.
I mean,
And
yeah,
you
but I
do
guess
the-
for my context, I knew I was talking to the
owner.
owner. So that's the only thing that was a bit affecting me lah. Like I say, it's not. Like I say, I got no intention to shame the business or whatever, because I never reviewed what business it was. It was just a mild frustration at that point of time lah. And in fact, the week before, I just recommended it to my sister. But alhamdulillah, hers actually came.
Maybe it's you.
No, actually, it was not my first time ordering from her.
Yeah,
To be fair.
yeah. I mean, how they communicate also is important lah. Like how they communicate to you that they couldn't deliver, or what is the right. I think that is something that they'll do better, or they can learn from how they serve the customers.
I understand. So yeah.
They ought to practice damage control lah, instead of just being passive. I think they should take some initiative, proactive, you know.
I think you're just saying that I overlook and then refund. I don't think that is good enough lah. At least you also need to manage your expectations, or they have to manage the customer. They have to do some form of, like you say, damage control. It's not just refund and then that's it, right?
I think in certain businesses, it may be alright to just refund if, let's say, there's no form of further service recovery can be done. I mean, I can't think of anything lah, but I don't know. The example I have in mind is too extreme. but what I'm trying to say here is there are some things that.
Well, I mean, like in all business, like even the followers can mention like either you give discount something, or even the Food Panda doesn't come. Sometimes they give you some voucher or whatever. Like I mean, it's not that we need it or what, but I think it's some form of recovery in that sense lah. That you will still use the service, or you will still don't make you feel so bad lah, because end of the day, whoever it is, the person will definitely be frustrated last minute. Something that I planned for doesn't work out. So in certain way, you need to just ensure a good experience for the customer. It's not about what they give or what is it, but the focus should be customer experience lah, to manage that.
Maybe next time lah, we can joint venture and create the product and then we sell.
And then overlook.
InsyaAllah tak
Can
overlook.
overlook. Yeah, can overlook.
We bring a portable stove anyway, so anytime we can make.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, even I don't know if they can even like just ask for extension. Still prepare your food and then deliver maybe a bit late lah, but at least
No,
I mean the order is already in.
The thing that I cannot accept is the fact that they inform on short notice. Right? It's 20 minutes before the time, right? The promised delivery time, right?
But that could be the time when they actually realize it lah. So
But yeah lah,
in that sense lah.
I mean, if it was checked earlier, if you could have informed me earlier, then do service recover earlier lah. So I think if you recall the thing that I mentioned before, one of the ideas that was in my mind was giving them more time, but at the same time is for them to actually tap on other sellers who are selling the same thing to deliver it to me. Yeah, because they definitely know who are the players in the industry that they are dealing with. They know who all their competitors are. They know who else is selling the same thing. It's actually not tough to offer alternatives that can maybe provide me with the food that I was ordering. Yeah.
Perhaps for them, that's a dilemma for them. Because on one hand, when you are trying to support the customer, trying to safeguard your service, your reputation, your company reputation, at the same time,
Killing your
perhaps,
business.
yes, because you are actually channeling or giving contact of your competitor. Then in the future, you might lose business, you see.
I mean,
Double-edged sword.
what's meant to be yours will be yours.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So you can open, let's say, you notice like even spectacle shops in malls, they're often same floor, side by side.
Correct.
Yeah. So it's always actually they're not afraid of competition in that sense. Yeah. So if the rezeki is yours, it will be yours lah. In fact, that noble act of recommending a competitor, I will see it as wow, like you actually for me, you actually sacrifice your business this round in order for me to get what I actually needed for my event. Yeah, then it will make me feel that this person understands the situation, and then
Can be more trusted lah.
yeah.
in that sense.
I'm not saying that I don't trust that the chef overlooked, but I think that form of service recovery would be at the highest level of dealing with the damage control.
I think in a way you will still trust the person because they still find ways to deliver your thing.
Right.
Yeah, even if you engage the competitor, you don't know if the competitor will do the same if they couldn't deliver, right? So it will be more confidence that I engage this person, even if she cannot deliver, she will find an alternative. But of course there are challenges because I think home base is the reason also that they usually take orders like few days. So it's not something it's not something that they can just on the same day they can just get another home base to take that order lah. Because usually home base from what I know they take orders in few days earlier lah. Kalau last minute a bit susah lah.
I mean, to be fair, although we are not revealing the item here, based on my knowledge, the item is not hard to prepare lah. It's not something that needs days of preparation.
Yeah.
So which means I think we all know what the item is. It doesn't need to be mentioned.
Yeah.
But we all know that it is not.
But then, if that is the case, then like I said earlier, they can just
delay
ask for more time and prepare it, right? Because
unless
it
the
doesn't
ingredients
take-
not ready.
Yeah. So there is definitely the reasons there that we wouldn't know. That maybe they choose not to leave it and happen the kitchen or what. Then can't be helped that they cannot deliver. But like you said, there are definitely options to the extent where they can ask somebody else lah. Yeah. But that comes into, like you mentioned, the business ethics lah. Right. Yeah. Because in business, that's why when in business we talk about Barakah in business. During the time, I think what the Muslims during the Prophet time were to do business in that manner actually, that they would actually recommend the competitors when it comes to not just say competitors, but because they know the competitor is not earning, them as the community more at play, the collective community more at play rather than individual self. So people can come to them, even though they can sell, they may still refer you to, kasihan this person today didn't have any sale, they will ask them to go to that person. So that kind of collaboration or that kind of collective business effort is something that was present in the business community last time, but nowadays it's more towards the self lah. It's sometimes very hard to find people for collaboration. Sometimes more of always want to compete lah. It's always about the self lah, which is goes back to the whether you feel that there's abundance or you feel that this thing is something that is very scarce. The opportunity comes, I need to keep for myself. Yeah, so the main challenges nowadays lah that we want to look at doing business. So hopefully we want to revive back the doing more Barakah in business. That means to also look out for each other, look out for your brothers doing business, and if they need help, then that's where we can.
Which is why, in order for us to invite or attain Barakah in business, Islam actually has certain principles that we as Muslim who are doing trade, doing business, should adhere to. So one of them pertaining to what this vendor actually should possess actually amanah, okay, or trustworthiness, in which when we actually have taken the order of our customers, we should actually fulfill them. And if we are unable to fulfill the request or the order of the customer, then we should actually be truthful and honest. In Arabic, it's called sidq. Have you heard of as-siddiq? This is one of the titles. This is the title for one of the Khalifah. Okay, he is Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. So besides amanah and sidq, as someone who is involved in business should also have adl. Adl, which means just, have justice. Need to be fair to our customers. You cannot try to exploit them. At the end of the day, they are actually the bearer or a vessel of the money or source of risk sustenance to us, right? And among the principles that we as Muslims have to adhere to when doing business is actually to try to avoid riba, usury or interest in our business dealings. For example, this vendor actually has already send the food. Okay, now the issue, I'm trying to create a scenario. The issue now is not, the issue is not on the vendor's end, but on the customer's end, in which the vendor has already delivered the food, the product or the service. But then the client or the customer has yet to make payment, delayed payment. And then as a result, the vendor charges interest. Is there, perhaps there is a fine line between interest and late fee, right?
Yeah.
Late payment fee. So this is something that you have to avoid. And besides that, we also must try to avoid uncertainty or gharar in Arabic when doing business. Do you know the machine that kids like to play? So whenever my kids want to buy or play with that machine, I said no, this is a big no-no because it has certainty. Perhaps perhaps our child wants that teddy bear, but the claw machine, even though we try to direct, the claw machine will try to grip and then will let go of the toy. So there goes our money down the drain. So it's an example of my gharar or uncertainty. And also something that you always mention, the prohibition of hoarding. There's a difference between hoarding and saving. Hoarding, we are actually doing it in amounts that actually prevents others from utilizing that resource. So in order for us to attain or achieve barakah in business, we have to adhere or try to implement these principles so that there's a win-win for all, for both parties. Okay, and I can't stress enough the importance of having barakah in our business, because having been a business owner myself, when there's lack of barakah, it's hard for sales to be achieved. It's hard to be in the black. Sometimes due to lack of barakah, we are always in the red, or perhaps there's always high overheads that cannot be overcome by sales or certain amount of revenue.